thing is that this is the kind of thing that I don't even know what to say anymore. If people still follow this fascist pig, then I don't know what else to say. I really don't. It's like, how many times do we have to hear him say referring to immigrants as animals? Yeah. And Hitler called cleansing Germany of all those parasites, referring to immigrants, and he called Jews lice. And this guy, Trump, calls people vermin. It's the same language that Hitler used, okay?
We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House.
After years of heated debates, viral moments, and controversy, ABC has finally let go of one of its most outspoken hosts, Joy Behar. But was this a long time coming, or did Karoline Leavitt's response push things over the edge? For decades, Joy Behar was a dominant voice on The View. Known for her blunt opinions and sharp criticism of conservative figures, she never hesitated to speak her mind, no matter how controversial her views were. However, this time, she may have gone too far. It all started during a discussion about Donald Trump's administration. As always, the topic sparked a heated debate among the co-hosts. But when the conversation shifted to Trump's new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, Joy made a comment that shocked both her audience and fellow panelists. Instead of focusing on Leavitt's qualifications or experience, Joy remarked that she was probably hired because, according to Trump, she's a 10.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
The reaction was immediate. Even her co-hosts, who often backed her up, seemed uncomfortable. The audience gave an awkward chuckle, unsure whether to laugh or cringe. The comment felt completely out of place, especially coming from someone who had spent years advocating for women's rights. Instead of recognizing Leavitt's achievements, Joy reduced her entire career to her appearance. If the roles were reversed and a conservative had made a similar comment about a liberal woman, the backlash would have been enormous. The moment the clip hit social media, criticism poured in. Fans and critics alike called Joy out for her hypocrisy. Tweets flooded in, questioning why Joy was allowed to say sexist things as long as they were directed at conservative women. Others pointed out that The View only seemed to defend women who aligned with their political views. Even people who had previously supported Joy found it hard to defend her this time. Major conservative news outlets quickly picked up the story, calling out The View for its double standards. Networks like Fox News and Newsmax highlighted how the show regularly shut down opposing voices. They argued that Joy's remark wasn't just an offhand comment, it was proof that the show only championed women when it was convenient for their political agenda. Meanwhile, inside ABC, executives were scrambling. The View had survived many controversies before, but this felt different.
Not normalize him, and I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
The only thing more dramatic than Joy's take is her eyebrow arch. You'd think Joy would understand that normalizing the president is like trying to make the sun not rise. It's happening whether you like it or not.
The backlash wasn't just coming from conservatives, it was coming from their own audience. And when your own viewers start turning on you, it's a real problem. Karoline Leavitt wasn't about to let the issue slide. Instead of simply responding on social media, she took things a step further. She released a statement emphasizing that she had earned her position through years of hard work, not because of her looks. She reminded the public of her experience, working as a press assistant in the Trump White House, rising through the ranks as a communications director, and later serving as a spokesperson for high-profile Republican campaigns. She wasn't just a random hire, she had the credentials to back up her role. But she didn't stop there. Within days, Leavitt filed a defamation lawsuit against Joy Behar. She argued that Joy's comments damaged her professional reputation and suggested that she didn't deserve her job on merit.
The problem that I have with it, though, is, she's saying that these people that are going to apply will meet their criteria. We understand that their criteria is woefully deficient and unserious. Right. I think that their real problem in this election, one of the real problems among the many, is the misinformation and disinformation that was disseminated on social media by these influencers and by these podcasters. Why are they qualified to sit in front in the White House briefing room and tell America what is going on with the country? Traditionally, to become a White House correspondent or to be in that briefing room, you had to have a journalism degree.
Yeah.
You had to have qualifications. So I guess the rise of mediocrity is here to stay.
No, it's not a rise of mediocrity. It's the downfall of journalism, because journalism has become propaganda. And that is why, yes, you can have influencers, podcasters, people who are not traditional journalists, because journalism is dead. Journalism is not a real thing anymore, right? Nobody does that. There are very few outlets that do actual journalism. Most of the news that you see is what we call opinion commentary, right? In the sense that you're giving your opinion.
Just like that, this wasn't just another The View controversy that would blow over in a few weeks. It had escalated into a full-scale legal battle. Legal experts weighed in, debating whether Joy's comment could be considered defamatory. Some argued that it was just an opinion, while others pointed out that implying Leavitt was only hired for her looks could be harmful to her career. Either way, ABC found itself caught in the middle of a major scandal. Behind the scenes, ABC executives were in crisis mode. The network knew that The View thrived on controversial debates, but a lawsuit was a different level of trouble. Legal fees, potential settlements, and damage to the network's reputation were all at stake. Advertisers were reportedly growing nervous, with some even considering pulling their sponsorships. ABC faced a tough decision. Was Joy Behar worth the risk? For years, Joy had been one of The View's most recognizable faces. Whether you loved her or hated her, she brought in ratings. Her outspoken personality kept audiences engaged, sparking heated debates and making headlines. But she had also become a liability. The network was already struggling with declining viewership, and keeping Joy on could make things worse. That's when the whispers started. Was Joy about to be suspended or worse, fired? Soon after, ABC made the bombshell announcement. In a carefully worded statement, they said Joy Behar was stepping away from The View. But was it really her choice, or was she pushed out? Officially, the network framed it as a mutual decision, praising Joy for her contributions and wishing her the best. But insiders tell a different story. Sources claim Joy didn't leave willingly. Executives had been under immense pressure since the lawsuit hit. Advertisers were worried, and even loyal viewers felt she had crossed a line. ABC reportedly gave Joy the option to exit gracefully before they made the decision for her. And while she fought back, arguing that she had been a key part of The View for so long that she thought she was untouchable, network politics ultimately won. Just like that, one of daytime TV's most controversial figures was gone. Now, the big question is, what happens next? Can The View recover from losing one of its biggest personalities? Love her or hate her, Joy Behar was a major draw for the show. Without her, will the show struggle to keep its audience engaged? And what about Karoline Leavitt?
Karoline Leavitt did not get the job because she's a woman. She didn't get the job because she's a woman. She got the job because she earned it, okay? She showed on the campaign trail that she was a good spokesperson for the campaign, okay? The way that she ran the campaign in regards to the press and the media was good. She done a damn good job. I mean, she got kicked off of CNN multiple times, okay? Which tells you that she's amazing at her job. If you're getting kicked off of CNN, you're doing a damn good job, right? You're doing an amazing job, because that means you're spitting truths that are so brutal and so honest that they can't air it, right? They can't air it on CNN. It doesn't fit the narrative. They got to kick you off, which happened to her multiple times, by the way.
If Joy's exit was meant to end the controversy, it didn't. The lawsuit is still ongoing. In fact, this entire situation has only elevated Leavitt's profile. She's now seen as a rising conservative star, someone who stood up to one of the most outspoken liberal voices on television. Expect to see more of her on conservative news shows, political panels, and even campaign events. What started as a media feud has turned into a defining moment in both of their careers. Now, I want to hear from you. Was Joy Behar's exit long overdue, or was this blown out of proportion? Should ABC have stood by her, or were they right to cut ties? And what do you think Karoline Leavitt's next move will be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates. If Joy's exit was meant to end the controversy, it didn't. The lawsuit is still ongoing. In fact, this entire situation has only elevated Leavitt's profile. She's now seen as a rising conservative star, someone who stood up to one of the most outspoken liberal voices on television. Expect to see more of her on conservative news shows, political panels, and even campaign events. What started as a media feud has turned into a defining moment in both of their careers. Now, I want to hear from you. Was Joy Behar's exit long overdue, or was this blown out of proportion? Should ABC have stood by her, or were they right to cut ties? And what do you think Karoline Leavitt's next move will be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates.